Secretary Powell and Administrator Whitman and I are pleased to make an announcement on the Stockholm Convention on Persistent Organic Pollutants. This international agreement would restrict the use of 12 dangerous chemicals, POPs as they are known, or their dirty dozen.
Hello, good morning. I am Dirk Lumbaquin here with Abriel Berina, Dion Macasieb, Lansingho, Edison Palicdon, and Robie Vercasion, and we are here to discuss POPs or persistent organic pollutants. Persistent organic pollutants, or more known as POPs, are organic or carbon-based chemical substances. They remain intact for exceptionally long periods of time, become widely distributed throughout the environment as a result of natural processes involving soil, water, and most notably air, accumulate in the living organisms including humans, and are found at higher concentrations at higher levels in the food chain, and are toxic to both humans and wildlife. Many POPs were made and used in the aftermath of World War II during the 1940s. These chemicals were beneficial for industries, crop production, and pest or disease control. However, they had unforeseen adverse effects on humans and the environment, according to the US EPA 2014.
So why are POPs dangerous? POPs are hazardous substances that endanger both human health and the environment. POPs truly do not degrade over time and will spread over the world as a result of evaporation and deposition in our atmosphere. POPs are therefore present in detectable quantities almost everywhere on Earth. POPs may enter our bodies through the food we eat, the air we breathe, and our surroundings. The frequency of deaths, cancers, allergies, hypersensitivity reactions, and developmental abnormalities has increased with repeated exposure to POPs. Furthermore, these problems are not exclusive to humans. Our fauna, which includes several species of fish, birds, and animals, are also severely impacted. It is possible that POPs are abundant in the food we eat because of this precise reason.
In 1995, after first concentrating on the substances that came to be known as the Dirty Dozen, the United Nations Environment Program extended its study and inquiry on POPs. 12 very persistent and dangerous chemicals were discovered. 8 pesticides, 2 industrial chemicals, and 2 unintentionally produced POPs. While most of the pesticides in this category are no longer used in agriculture, several are still in use in underdeveloped nations. Since this discovery, 19 more POPs have been discovered.
So what are the effects of POPs in the Philippines? According to the UN, sources of pollution from POPs include the improper use and disposal of agrochemicals and industrial chemicals, elevated temperatures, combustion processes, and unwanted byproducts of industrial processes, or combustion. The Philippines is unsurprisingly guilty of all these processes. Particularly air and plastic pollution in the Philippines has been very severe, making POPs a major problem in the Philippines, both for the environment and for human health. So what kind of impact do they have on the environment? POPs already pose a threat to body's water, as it spreads to industrial discharges and improper waste disposal. This poses harm to our aquatic ecosystems and affects the population of marine life in the Philippines. POPs, if also coming in contact with soil, will accumulate and lead to long-term contamination and damage to our agricultural lands. Its impact on wildlife, particularly top predators and conserved species of concern, such as sea turtles, marine mammals, and birds of prey, are at risk due to the bioaccumulation and biomagnification of POPs in the food chain. So what are the effects to the Filipino people? Filipinos who rely on fish and seafood as a main source of protein are at higher risk of health issues due to the accumulation of harmful chemicals in marine organisms. Workers in industries that use or produce POPs are also at risk of exposure through inhalation or skin contact.
What did the United Nations find? Scientific evidence grew since early 1990s about the dangers of POPs, such as cancers and tumors, neurological and reproductive disorders, immune suppressions, and other diseases including a higher risk for type 2 diabetes, endometriosis, hepatitis, and cirrhosis. It was also found that they accumulate in the bodies, human or animals, of those who eat POPs containing food, and that they pass from pregnant mothers to their children. So, what did they do? From these discoveries, one international effort made by governments on POPs is the Stockholm Convention. Here, the 186 participating countries are required to regulate or, if feasible, prohibit the production and use of 31 POPs, 19 more than the original Dirty Dozen. The treaty also states procedures on identifying, evaluating, and adding chemicals to the treaty, hence the added 19. They are also required to restrict trade of these chemicals. Aside from intentionally made and used POPs, the convention also requires participants to develop national action plans to control the release of unintentionally produced POPs, which are often byproducts of industrial processes. The rules made in the convention took effect on May 17, 2004. So just remember that every piece of plastic we remove from the ocean is a step towards a brighter, cleaner future for our planet. That's it for our presentation, and thank you.